yeah, that's probably driven a lot of my values going forward into my role now, in terms of just stripping it back, in terms of the love of the game is the core of everything that we do for any player, whether it's a first team player that's played 100 games for the Socceroos, or whether it's a 8-year-old starting their journey. Like everyone loves playing and loves the game, so that's why we do it. So we always say, players have to be exemplary in character but unique in personality. So that's a big one we speak about, is players can be themselves, but their character has to be top. There's no leeway for poor character on or off the pitch. It just doesn't exist at the club. I often say it's the separator for players, in terms of we have a lot of talented players that reach or start training with the first team, but the one that separates them to have a sustained career is the mindset. The reality is, like, you need to be good. You need to be top. You need to work, like, your technical foundation needs to be at the highest level. And if you don't have that, then you're not going to have a sustained career in the A-League or overseas. There's no doubt, if you're going to be a footballer, you need to invest everything into it. And I probably saw a good example, like I played with Craig Goodwin at the time in the youth team, and I saw the effort he put into being a professional, and I was like, okay, I thought I worked hard, but I don't work anywhere near as hard as what he does. On the pitch, in terms of player development, you've got to look at it holistically. There's the tech-tac, which is probably more of the things we can control. We help with their physical development too, but we understand that players will go through that at different stages, and we've got to be patient with that one at times. But then, really supporting the mental side of the game, and speaking about, high challenge, high support is what kind of summarises our program and what we try and deliver in terms of player development at the club. In terms of preparing them technically, and so not necessarily tactically, but with their game understanding, what we expect in our game model at City, the football school is such it's so important for us in the academy, that players that have gone through that, it allows them to step into the academy a lot easier. We're playing 90% of our kids a year up, and we're challenging them to ensure they don't win every game. Like, our goal is to make sure they're in positions where it's not easy for them. If they're winning, it's a really hard fought win, and they've got to work through different challenges on the pitch. So it has to come from within. It has to be intrinsic, we say. Can't come from parents or others. The player has to have that motivation to go and put the work in, to then come back the year after or in 6 months' time and show that you're good enough.